night before the wedding, I went to his hotel room and I saw a note from an ex-girlfriend on his nightstand.
Next morning, I left his house. I get to Nashville, and that's when I noticed that he removed me from Find My Friends.
Joey had told me Madison was coming on to him.
Is it possible to have a booty call and literally meet the love of your life the next day?
Absolutely.
Bombastic side.
I wanted you to be a little bit more honest.
But you just did an interview calling him manipulative.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
For the past 5 years, hundreds of hopeful singles have changed their lives forever by stepping through these doors.
If only these walls could talk.
They basically do, babe, and we get to see it all.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we are here to celebrate love.
Oh, okay. We'll have some unexpected guests, a surprising new love connection.
I have a lot of questions.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
Welcome to the Love is Blind Season 8 reunion!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please welcome Daniel and Taylor.
Okay.
You're literally glowing with love.
I know that's right.
How's it been living with your wordsmith of a husband?
The last year's been really great. He does this thing where he's following me everywhere, and then I tell him to unfollow me, so he unfollows me, and then he follows me back.
She had the most tender heart, kindest person. I really enjoy being able to experience that every day with how she treats other people. I experienced with her in the pods. It holds true in real life as well.
Oh.
We are so excited to share some highlights from the past year. Let's take a look at Daniel and Taylor.
Bruh. I did get a tattoo of Taylor, of her eyes.
He wanted a teammate for life, but she wasn't ready to be his wife. Hello to Devon and Virginia.
Do you take Virginia to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Nice.
Virginia, do you take Devon to have and to hold from this day forward?
I'm just not ready.
Now, Virginia, I think the moment that Devon signed the prenup, we were all assuming that the two of you were gonna go the distance. Yeah. What happened between that and the wedding day to make you change your mind?
This should be interesting.
Devon told me a lot about his core values, something that he did not want to talk about on camera.
So what? Why?
But I will be really clear about mine. I 100% support the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
I also believe that women should have the decision to choose if they want to have an abortion or not.
Right.
I also believe that different religions should be valued.
Right.
These were really important things to me. Ultimately, aligning our lives together was a big decision.
Oh, really?
I think that you can be together and have a relationship and not completely agree on everything.
Oh, you don't say.
The night before the wedding, I went to his hotel room and I saw a note from an ex-girlfriend on his nightstand.
She's not really, that's not who I see her as my ex.
Oh, okay.
She's one of my best friends.
Is that right?
The letter that she wrote me had nothing to do with my relationship with her in the past. It had everything to do with her just being proud of everything that went on and her being happy that I found Virginia. Wow, wow, wow.
Before the wedding, I ran into his mom. She was really happy and said, "Did Devon tell you that my boss gave you guys a $1,000 check for your wedding present?" I had never heard about the check. Still to this day, never brought up a check. I'm not saying he pocketed the check. I talk to this man multiple times a day, and we sleep in a bed together, so it's weird that it did not come up.
She's got a point.
Why didn't you tell her about the check 3 days before the wedding?
When my mom gave me the check, I was just holding on to it until we actually got married.
Oh, really?
I'm for sure who I want to be with in my relationship, and I know that I wouldn't hide anything from her.
Oh, okay.
It was his birthday that weekend. I bought a birthday present for him, put hundreds of dollars of gift cards in it, put his school color in it, put his favorite color in it, cake, balloons, the whole thing.
Oh.
I asked him to come down and help me with it, and he was like, "Can't you get it?" And then when he came down, he was like, "You could have got that."
Notice didn't.
Just because it didn't work out between us, that doesn't make me feel some type of way or resentment towards Virginia.
Are you sure?
This is a very interesting character that I'm seeing today. I haven't felt love or respect in the last year.
Interesting.
I wanted to be with her after, but our conversation showed that I don't think that she wanted to be with me.
He stopped talking to me completely after the wedding. I called him for about a week, and then he stopped answering my phone calls. He's continued to go around and tell everybody that I ghosted him.
That's just not the case.
Really? really?
You definitely told me that.
No,
You
so
told both of us that at a bar.
these two came up to me very asking me about all my business, which it has nothing to do with you guys because you weren't even involved in that at all.
You told us your business.
And
I really didn't
You
care.
came up to me asking me questions and I gave you answers.
But your answer was that she
I
stopped
never
talking
said
to
she
you.
ghosted me. Our conversations weren't leading to anything and that's why it didn't work out. I guess we can just move on from here.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Well,
Clearly, Ben's zest for life didn't quite translate into the rest of life with Sarah.
Will you embrace Ben to be your husband?
Always wanted a partner to be on the same wavelength, so today I can't.
Want to make clear about Sarah's reason to say no at the altar with the social issues and everything. I knew coming into this experiment, I definitely have had privilege.
Oh, okay.
And it's something that I wasn't proud of. I'm embarrassed the way that, our conversation had gone. Then we had great conversations about it. It's kind of sad that it took, someone to make me think that way.
Okay.
When you accepted his proposal, was that something you became more willing to overlook, or did you think that he would grow in that area?
Good question.
He may not have thought about things as much as I have. The problem is it felt like there was a lack of curiosity from Ben's side. I really didn't know Ben that well.
I mean,
One of the issues that came up was the issue of gay marriage, and you said you couldn't remember your church's stance.
Yeah, it was honestly that I didn't remember because I didn't ever need to know.
That's weird.
There wasn't really anyone in my life that it really pertained to. It wasn't something on my head and I'm not proud of it.
Another thing that you don't remember, Ben, is the girl you dated on TikTok.
Anything left for you to say about that whole experience?
Knowing what I know now about Ben, a TikTok like that makes sense. I was in the middle of a travel nurse contract in Nashville that I had to finish 3 more months before I could move back to Minnesota and start as staff.
Right.
I talked about this with Ben, and we were very excited. That was our plan all along, is that he'd come with me to finish up, and then I'd move back to Minnesota and we'd figure it out. So we did live together for close to a week or 2 after the wedding.
Wow. Okay.
We had the discussion the night before I left for Nashville, and we decided he'd be there for 2 weeks, up to 2 months. The next morning, I left his house. I get to Nashville, and that's when I noticed that he removed me from Find My Friends. I was really confused because I thought we left on good terms. Texted him, he sent 3 very scripted apologies, and I didn't hear from him for a month and a half.
What's funny?
The next time he reached out is when he told me that he talked to a past cast member who advised him to be on good terms with me and to practice reunion questions together.
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Oh, really?
Do you know who it was, Sarah?
Jimmy.
Well.
My understanding was that we were broken up when she left.
Really?
Dealing with all of the emotions that brought, kind of how I've always been with breakup, I, cut it off. I feel like that's kind of the healthiest way for me to get over someone. I did send her an apology, and she didn't respond to that message at all.
No shit.
A month and a half later, you say the reason why you call is because you want to check in and practice reunion questions.
I never said practice reunion questions.
You said because they're gonna ask about values, we should rehearse.
I don't remember it like that.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient?
Well, it sounds like you guys made the right decision by saying no at the altar.
I will send you to Jesus.
Monica, it seemed like you left your ball in Joey's pickleball court, leaving it up to him to tell you if he was 100% in before you would do the same.
I'm not hearing him say, I'm 100% in, so I'm holding back a little bit. I never said, I love you, Joey. Joey also never said, I love you, Monica. I also wasn't shown that I love you. You shouldn't have to tell a fiance to want to touch you and to want to be by you.
Damn.
Watching it back was very, very difficult. It was embarrassing a little bit. I was embarrassed for not seeing that this man is not interested in you.
I do kind of feel like we could never get out of the friend zone. The big reason for me was her sister.
Really?
Do you feel like you were totally transparent with your feelings about Monica?
Yeah, I thought I was.
Oh, shit!
When we were at Buck Hill, it was the very first day that everybody from the pods came together. Very, very shortly after, he slid into one of the other cast members' DMs.
That's so disrespectful! So disrespectful!
You found out your fiance was messaging in somebody else's inbox that he used to see and have potential feelings for. If I would have known that in the moment, I would have walked away.
Period. Who were you DMing?
Yeah, I reached out to a few people after because I like to check in on people.
Right.
And I felt like we had a lot of different, good connections in the pods, and I just reached out and
To who?
to Madison.
Can you acknowledge that that would be inappropriate given the scenario?
I was just trying to be friendly, and I can see now that bothered Monica.
No shit.
Joey had told me Madison was coming on to him. I went up to Madison. I'm like, is this true? And Madison said, absolutely not.
Oh, phew.
My jaw was on the floor. Like, hello?
Okay.
Oh. We both pull him aside and we're like, what is that about?
And he says, Monica, I didn't say that. Like,
I have no interest in Madison. Monica was worried that I did. And that is why I told anything that came up to Monica, because I respected Monica's and I's relationship.
Please.
Why was the name Madison even on Monica's radar had it not come up in a
I don't know.
No, Joey, because I confronted you about this and you said maybe it was a joke.
I'm so ready just to shut the door, and we are humans on this earth together.
There you go.
And that is okay.
So Dave, what's wrong with you?
How does your sister feel now that she's been able to see the show?
Her biggest concern of me going on this was she didn't want me to be shown in a bad light.
Hello, bozo.
She struggles watching it, like seeing how hurt Lauren was and how hard it was for her to go through that. We had a lot of good times together, honestly. There's just one thing we couldn't get over.
That's big you.
I couldn't get over.
You're goddamn right.
You sent me like a really kind and mature text a couple weeks ago about that other guy and some clarity that you gained, and I appreciate that, but I didn't need that. I've seen it the same way the whole time.
Facts.
I've learned a lot about him in the past 2 weeks. He's just been trying to latch onto this situation, because then I definitely could have supported Lauren a lot.
Yup.
Did you truly believe them over her, or do you think you had already kind of one foot out the door and you were looking for an out?
Good question.
I was not. It's been really hard, honestly, to like watch all that back, and I put myself out there for the first time in a long time. I don't really do that.
Poor you.
Is it possible to have a booty call and literally meet the love of your life the next day?
Absolutely.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Show of hands, everyone agrees with that? We can
Totally agree with that.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
we can all
sir.
put this to bed.
Thank you!
Do you feel like Lauren is the one that got away?
I do.
Stop lying.
I mean, yeah, I think about it all the time.
Tell her how you feel.
Well, I mean, I'm
Oh, God, somebody get me out of this.
I don't know if I can do that right now.
Oh, shocker.
You acted like I was making you choose between like the devil and your family. There were all of these conversations happening, and I'm not even there to defend myself. You weren't even opening the door to have that conversation.
Yeah, that was dumb.
What was the harm in allowing Lauren a chance to meet your friends and your family and have that opportunity? What's the worst that could have happened?
Yeah, they just already had their minds made up.
Really? She's explaining it to you.
Yeah, I'm just saying really.
You wrote a letter to his sister, but you never actually gave your sister the letter.
Yeah, I did.
Are you sure?
You didn't give it to her the night that you went over to have dinner at her house.
I gave it to her.
It was in your jacket pocket when you got home that night.
Yeah, I didn't give it to her then, but I gave it to her.
I don't think anybody would believe this story.
What was her response?
She didn't really have one. She just really had her mind made up. It's hard to even elaborate on that.
Everything that guy just says bullshit.
Hi, Molly. Hi. You said in the pods you feel like you were like the girl guy version of each other.
Yeah, that scares me now.
Yikes.
Watching it back and seeing some of the lies he said, he definitely said that I was his number one.
I've never told Molly that she's like my number one choice.
Wait a damn minute.
You were my number one after the first day, especially after right now.
Hello, bozo.
Molly, you mentioned you'd never been in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Where do you stand
I've
now?
hated men all year.
So still no committed
Working
relationship.
through that, yeah.
Where are things at between the two of you?
Meg and I are best friends.
Oh, okay.
Tried dating, kind of both felt like something was off. Gonna still have each other in our lives as friends. So sad. Having Meg has been the best part of my experience by far.
Okay. Madison, what did you think of Meg and Mason dating after the pod?
I thought they made a much better match than Mason and I did.
How lovely.
What surprised you about watching each other's dates with Madison?
Seeing the contrast of Alex and I was kind of envious that Alex could see things for what they were.
Oh, really?
Obviously, I did have different relationships with Alex and Mason. Things changed so drastically. And one day it's this person and the next day it's that person. You experienced it yourself.
She's got a point.
I still think the world of you. I don't fault you for anything. I wanted you to be a little bit more honest.
But you just did an interview calling him manipulative.
I'm saying, you know what? I have this connection that is a little bit better. You seem to have a connection that's a little bit better. What are we doing about this?
There's this girl that I know has like a really good connection with you. I wish I didn't have to like think about like this girl's feelings too. My other connection, I'm getting just like a little more When it comes to like that affirmation, I don't want you to be afraid of like hurting me if that's like something that's like holding you back.
You tell me that you're committed to me, but you still continue to see Meg.
The only reason I committed to you was because I felt pressured to do so. I couldn't stop thinking about what you told me. I am committed to you.
NANI? Do you feel like I put an ultimatum?
Definitely not. There was no pressure. I had time to think it over, and it's what I came up with.
I literally don't even have words. This is just some crazy.
When I saw you at the bar a couple months ago, you apologized to me for treating me like that.
That was the same night where you conveniently told me that you had feelings for me.
I never said that. I heard that you were out. You and I have never cleared the air.
I apologize to you for not seeing your red flags.
The switch up is crazy, Mason.
Just because I take full accountability of myself, ruin it with Meg, does not disqualify your role that got me to the point where I got.
Please stop gaslighting me.
I'm not gaslighting you.
I knew Alex was your #1 the entire time. Why are you so upset about this?
I'm so tired of women having to fall on the sword for things that men do every single day. Me too. I was dating 2 people. I was dating 2 people. I was hurt. And I don't know why people continue to like tell me that I wasn't.
I thought Madison was a little manipulative in the pods, the way that she was dating both of us and was completely different people.
You completely turn on Mason the minute the cameras are off.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Didn't I break up with you to stand up for Mason?
Let me take this time to get the screenshots out.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no.
She really came that way? All right.
You're the type of person that has to preemptively lie about people who know the truth about who you are, so that when I speak my truth, no one believes me. This is him admitting that he said that about Mason. I told you a lot of stuff in confidence that wasn't meant for other people to hear, and now I feel like the bad guy.
She came back and told every single one of us she broke up with Alex, and yet we can all see Alex is the one that broke up with you.
He's not your friend.
Nope.
He talks about you guys.
That is absolutely not true.
Okay.
Don't gaslight.
Gaslighting doesn't exist. You made it up because you're f***ing crazy.
Please welcome AD. How are the 2 of you?
Good.
You guys have some fun stuff going on.
You're the love of my life, and nothing would make me happier than to spend the rest of my life loving you. Will you marry me? That yes?
Congratulations. We're so happy for your love.
Thanks to all of you for sharing your very special journey with us.
And to all the Love is Blind participants from the past 5 years and from across the pond, thank you guys, and cheers
to love.
Finally.
Quack.